Welcome to Codex. I'm Gray, and today I'm going to be telling you about the very absolute best money-making methods in the game. Now, I'm going to save the best for last. At least in my opinion, it's been the way that I've made the most money, and I don't know that anyone else has really figured it out yet, so I'd like to talk about that. I'm going to go through, I think it's 3 different methods. 4 if you include the very obvious one. Let's get right into it. So, the very first and most obvious method is just doing your quests, getting all those done, and then there's also the daily quest, the Masked Stranger in here for the normal skeletons, and Amber back there for the elite skeletons, because each of those give 5,000 cash. And it's not that hard, especially after you've made it to late game where you're actually going to start needing the money for the next pickaxe, being the demon pickaxe. I got to make a video on that. I'll do that after this. So, if you've managed to do that, you can make a good amount of cash, plus killing the skeletons gives you bonite and cash and experience, which you need. The other very clear method is just going to be mining. If you mine the volcanic ore and the basalt veins, and you put all of those single materials, like, so say, if you put 40 quartz into one thing, that's like 2k. If you put 40 bonite into one thing, that's like 2.5k, and so on. Okay. Now, beyond those as methods, there's going to be specifically looking for certain ores. So let's say you're in veins, you look for the legendaries being uranium and mithril. If you can start stacking the mithril after you've made the armor that you want, then you can make some really decent profit just from that alone. So say you end up with 30. I think I did 31 mithril and it gave me 5k. Or sorry, 4.2k for just that one piece. And that was pretty easy to do because you just collect that stuff and then you sell the base stuff and you just keep collecting over and over again. Eventually you aren't going to need mithril anymore, so why keep it, right? So that's that. And then the next best thing, other than just doing quests, is absolutely just killing the enemies. 150 XP. Let's see how much this Reaper gives me in cash. He just gave me 100 cash just like that. Alright? Not too bad. So that gives us quests, killing, making the drops into things, as well as the individual ores into things. All of which are really good ways to make money. I would like to talk about the final and probably my most favorite and most effective method. The Goblin Cave, or the Slime Cave, whatever you want to call it. It's the Goblin Cave in game, but, you know, there's no goblins in there. That's just slime. And the crystals, which you need for your index. So keep those in mind, guys. Now, it does cost 85k to get in there, but you need to do it anyways to complete the rest of the game quests. So, either way, you're going to end up in this Goblin Cave right over here. If you come down the road from the blacksmith area, which is right down there, you'll find yourself with the Goblin King, do his quest line, and then make your way back into this door, which is the Goblin Cave. There's the basalt rocks and basalt cores in here. However, the real money maker are these guys. Every single one of these slimes has a chance to drop Slimite, as well as a bunch of their essence, which you just need for upgrading stuff. However, the big thing is definitely the Slimite. I think it was 42 Slimite, and I made nearly 3.5k, which wasn't even that hard. I just did that casually without even realizing. So you could do it pretty fast, pretty quick. Wouldn't take that much. Plus, you get a little bit of money for each kill. So, I'm already about to be up another 100 just from killing these slimes. And it just keeps going. And you don't got to worry about your inventory being too full from runes because these guys don't drop any. It's just Slimite, essence, and money. All of which are things that you can use to make money. More and more money. Of course, while you're down here, you could clear out the cores and get the crystals that spawn from the crystal nodes, which are pretty hard to get to spawn, but if you do manage, then you'll make even a little bit more cash that way. It never hurts, you know? So mine the cores, get the crystals to spawn. Remember, don't let the cores just sit there, because then nothing new can spawn, and, you know, that's no fun. Now, if you see the rocks, I can understand you wanting to avoid them because nobody wants them garbage materials. But if you take those down to the greedy guy on the walkway up, then sell them to him, and you clear out your inventory just like that. No worries. And all you gotta do is just sell some stuff. Plus, ore is a really big thing, and you need a lot of ore for this game. Another thing you can do is sell ore. Eventually, you're gonna have too much of that too. Though, I wouldn't take it as really that much. But emeralds, diamonds, sapphires, ore are all things that you're going to want to sell. Well, make into armor. Now, titanium, lapis, and cobalt can all go into the the greedy guy. Sell them to him. Make sure you collect the cash from him. It isn't going to be nearly as much as if you were to forge it, but it really is just a waste of time and space if you keep it, so I don't recommend you do. Just wait for your inventory to get a little too full and then dump it all into stuff. It's kind of a win-win card. Say, like, 2 of these items here, I'm going to end up selling. Pretty much anything green you don't really want to keep. However, anything blue or higher is immediately in your inventory for good. All right, look how common Slimite is. I'm already at 29 Slimite. I'll even show y'all me forging the Slimite into something to see that good old value and price. I haven't even killed that many slimes. Actually, I don't think I killed 32 slimes at all. Or 30 slimes, even. Holy crap, I've gotten another ore? I'm telling y'all, it's just good business in this cave. Of course, that is hoping that one of those crystals spawn. I don't know exactly what pickaxe you need. I think you need the I don't know if it's the arcane or the second to last one. I just know you need a decent pickaxe to be able to mine the crystals. They have 5,000 HP. It's just something you got to keep in mind, y'all. However, after you manage to handle that and get that going, then it's all set. I mean, I spend so much time down here. And of course, you can always swap between methods. If you want to spend more time in the volcanic caves, getting the other ores that you want for better armor, like Darkite and Magmaite and Fireite, are all decent things that you can go and search for in the other areas. Even more so, you can just start killing off of the other skeletons, and the elite skeletons get the runes to sell, get their parts to add to armor. It's just a whole lot of good business, if you ask me. The only thing that I can warn you about is make sure you don't get any lost marks on the armor. You want it to be a masterwork. That's how you're going to make the most money off of it. If you keep that little thing in mind, you're set. Set. All right. Ooh, we even got lucky with some cooperite. Some more quartz. Quartz is definitely the easiest thing to make money off of if you forge it into something. So, I personally keep that in mind. And you can just keep going through and doing all these cores in this exact loop, just like this. Getting even more Slimite, killing more slimes, all at the same time. Doesn't change the only downside, being that you do need to pay 85k in here, but you might as well do that after you get the arcane anyways. The only other thing you need to spend your money on is the demon pickaxe. 500k is quite a bit, and it's going to take you a while. Investment here or there. Hey, we got one to spawn. Here's one of those crystals I was talking about. It's a violet crystal with 5,000 HP. We're going to take it down and see what we get. Because we can get about really anything. This one's probably going to give me the violet crystal itself, which I don't need. I have it in my index already, but I think you have a chance of getting the rainbow crystal as well if you get lucky. So, as long as you keep that in mind, you're golden. If you get enough of these and stack these all into armor, though, I'm pretty sure, hey, that's a new one I don't have. I'm pretty sure you can make a decent bit of money from them too, so just keep that in mind, y'all. Never too hard, never too much. I know y'all got it. Y'all can make the good bucks and keep the game nice and lively. Alrighty. Come on, come on. Yep, the green crystal that I hadn't had yet. Okay, so we're at 41. And let's get 42. Let's get 42 Slimite. Maybe even a little bit more than that. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and just do a quick little forge into an item. Hopefully we get a nice Dark Knight chestplate, because they do sell for a little bit more. Alrighty. All we got to do is just run on back. I already went up or 1K just for mining in there and chilling. We got 11 diamonds, 12 quartz, 11 amethyst, and of course the extra junk we don't want to keep, but hey. We got a bunch of that good stuff, and it wasn't even that hard. So we're going to put 46 of the Slimite all in here. It's at a pretty good forge multiplier. Fast forge it. We got pants. Normal pants, so these are going to sell for a little bit less. It's really about luck here. I don't really like how much RNG it takes to make the good money, but hey, it does, so here we are. Alrighty. Just one more. Let's see what we get for this. And it didn't even take that long. That took me 9 minutes. Not even. I got a masterwork. Got 2.7K in the matter of, I want to say, either 6 to 8 minutes. Which, compared to all the heavy grinding you have to do in the other parts of the game to manage that exact same amount, this ain't too bad. Alright, y'all. I thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. I mean, come on. It helps me. It lets me know that y'all actually like what you see, and that is important to me. So, thank y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night, y'all.